Welcome to Season 3 of the TragicAmerica podcast. Okay, let me start with what I'm smoking on, because I have a lot to say in a short amount of time, I guess, for the first episode. Now, I'm smoking on berry pie, guys. Berry pie, let me just tell you, it's from Cookies, and it's bred by Cookies and Seed Junkie Genetics. This is a cross of GSC and blueberry. It's fucking awesome. Now, it is a sativa, and it does get my mind going. It brings out creativity. It brings out just a feeling of no anxiety, a feeling of peace, a feeling of love, a feeling of let's get some fucking work done. So here we go. Okay, so first off, I'm going to tell you all a little bit about since I started the project again, okay? Now, let me clarify something for everybody. I'm a poet. Okay, when I say that, what I mean is this. I write poetry on a daily. You know, whether it's a girl I meet on the street, whether it's someone from Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, I write poetry about them. Now, I notice what's been happening is, and I'll tell the female before, and I love them, I do. I'll say, don't take it too personal. I just met you, it's the energy, and I write it for them. Now, in the last week, 3 girls, females, 3 women, have taken it the wrong way. And they thought that I was in love with them and that I was directing it towards them. And now let me tell you all something real fast. Each and every woman that I write a poem about, I love them. And man, but not in that way. Well, some women I love in that way, and that's, maybe one night stand, I don't know, or maybe, whatever. But it's more of a in the moment, in your eyes, freestyling it, I'm writing it, it's my therapy, and I give it to you because in a way I could read your energy, I could read your mind, I could read your soul, and I give it to you, and I know it touches you, and I know the way it makes you feel, and I'm sorry for the confusion, but know that I would take a bullet for you, literally. When I tell someone I love them, I mean it. To me, there are a million different types of love. It's perspective. My perspective is different than many, but it's not wrong. Now that we cleared that up, first off, I want to give a shout out to Bugatti Farms, LLC, and follow that man. I am going to meet him this week. He is a scientist, he is a cultivator, and he runs a school in Hollywood, Florida, which is literally 20 minutes away from me. So we're going to meet up. We're going to do an interview. He's probably going to give me some CBD to try, maybe some Delta, who knows. And I'm going to be doing reviews. I'm going to be meeting with Bree. We're going to be doing some cool shit. So y'all follow my page, follow my story, follow the podcast, and I will give you reviews on real CBD, on real Delta, on real cultivation. Check out the interview. It's on my page now, Bugatti Farms, LLC. Okay, for number 2, the second thing that people have been talking about is the arguments on my page. I do have a lot of females on there. Some of them are OnlyFans models. Some of them are just beautiful girls. And they tend to argue in comments and on lives. And I don't get it because a lot of it is just petty stuff. And you guys can't take a joke. And I think that is the issue. The issue is 90% of people cannot take a joke. Now think about that. You can call me anything. You can call me Guinea. You can call me Wop. You can call me Fat. You can call me anything you want, and I won't take it serious. Why? Because I know who I am. With that being said, y'all, don't ruin comedy. Let comedy be comedy, because it's funny. Learn to take a joke, y'all, for real. But girls, stop. Stop the petty shit on the page. I love you all. I really do. You guys, just chill. Love each other. That's it. Let everybody be. Because people are seeing it, and I'm getting the DMs, and, Did you guys know that Vice is going bankrupt? Yes, Vice. Remember they used to go out there look for dinosaurs? They had like the biggest booty in Brazil. Yes, they're going bankrupt. Now there's many theories on that. I believe they became a government propaganda channel, and you could see the views going down literally from 65 million to 30 million to 20 million. And yes, they're going bankrupt now. Now that's something we could discuss, but that is my opinion on it. And I will only speak opinions. Opinions. Now, I did just read in the paper today that California did lose in the case, and African Americans are getting $1.2 million per family. I didn't read too much into that. I don't know. So you guys will have to inform me on that and how that goes. It's probably going to have to go to another court, another court, another court. But remember, guys, election time is coming up. Please be smart. This is kind of funny. Okay, there's a case, I believe, in New York, Hollywood, something like that, and this group of people are trying to identify as trans handicap. Think about that. Yes, trans handicap. Now, if they identify as trans handicap and they say that they're handicapped, then the government has to give them a check. Let's see how that goes. Trans handicap all the way. By the way, y'all convinced me. Smoking is disgusting, and I am going to quit. And remember I say this all the time to everyone I speak to. If you ever catch me lying, block me and don't ever talk to me again. Give me 2 weeks, I'll be off cigarettes, I'll be vaping, and then I'll get off vaping. You got my word. I like Lost Mary's blue cotton candy, I'm sorry. You got my word, and I like Lost Mary's blue cotton candy, I'm sorry. I like Fume, Ice, but right now, Lost Mary blue cotton candy. I also like Lil Peep. You know, I wasn't always into that, but if you guys listen to the words and the music, if he lived, he would have changed music for real. Same thing with Juice WRLD. Those are probably the only two new artists that I listen to. I listen to a lot of old artists. Those are probably the only two really new ones that I listen to, and they're kind of old too. They both died, R.I.P. XXXTentacion. I can never pronounce your name right. He has some fucking hits too. Yeah, but I don't listen to a lot of new stuff. Most of my stuff is 60s, 70s, 90s. Not a big 80s fan. And 2000s. I went to a Warped Tour every year from 2001 to like 2004, something like that. Been to Ozfest. I'm ready to go to another concert. But then again, look what happened in Astroworld. You fucking never know. Okay, I know y'all know I want to talk about AI, but I'm going to wait. So in America, they're trying to pass a bill. It's not on TV or anything like that, obviously, but they're trying to pass a bill. Let's say I make $100,000 a year and you make $20,000 a year. We both get a parking ticket. I will have to pay $20 for that parking ticket, if I even pay it. You'll have to pay $250 on that parking ticket, and they're going to force you to pay that motherfucker. The same thing they're trying to push through with electricity and mortgages. If you earn a certain amount of money, then your mortgage might get higher because guess what? It's called socialism. It's called socialism, guys. It's called Marxism. It's called whatever you want to call it, new, whatever words they have. They play with words all the time. It's whatever it is, it is, it is. You know, we might be on the brink of World War III. I'm not sure. Do you think AI is going to play a very big part in the future on a lot of shit, and hopefully it won't kill us? And don't go down that rabbit hole. I have went down it enough. Everybody's so worried about the currency, and I get it. I mean, I'm not into economics and all that, but the U.S. has been the world's currency for a couple hundred years, right? Did you guys know since the 1400s there's only been like 45 currencies? Like world leading currencies? Okay, so what happens if the U.S. is not leading currency anymore? You guys know BRICS. We have China there. You have Brazil. You have Africa. You have a bunch of countries holding hands. Saudi Arabia. Behind the big red flag. It's scary as fuck. But yeah, they're all holding hands and everyone's there basically except for the USA. Now, the dollar. I think, I could be wrong, but I think the media is trying to pump that up, scare people. We'll all be okay when it comes to the dollar. That's my opinion, my prediction. So, I try not to talk politics. But who do you guys think is going to win the election in 2024? Let's say it's Trump versus Biden. Who are you guys going to vote for? Now, I am not going to answer that because I am a felon and I can't vote. And I probably wouldn't vote anyway. But you guys need to vote. You need to go out and vote. You really do. And I know you're thinking they're rigged the machines, this, that. No, you really need to get out there and vote. Trust me. I know algorithms. But, you know, I don't know who I'm voting for. I kind of wish there was like another party that people took seriously. Like, that would actually do what they say they're going to do. The homelessness problem. They're sending all this money to Ukraine. Can that not be fixed with like a tenth of that money? Really? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know the full picture. You're right. But I have an open mind. I would listen. I would ask the questions. Another question I was pondering on was, did we go to the moon? I really had to think about this one, guys, because I really for sure thought that we went to the moon. 100%. growing up until about this year. And I'll tell you why. I did some studying on it. Shout out to Joe Rogan. I listen to him all the time. He led me to where I needed to look to find out what I needed to find out. What you guys got to remember is the Cold War was going on during that time. We were at war with the Soviet Union for years, I think like 30 years, something like that. And there was kind of a race to space. So yes, there were some fake videos made, and fake videos look just like the real ones. There's a couple other examples, like on the moon, the flag was blowing. Get it? There's no oxygen on the moon. There were a lot of things like that, so just look into it, do your own research. But as of right now, the cherry on the cake was the after-flight interview. If you haven't seen that, it's the after-flight interview with Neil Young and the whole crew, and they look fishy. It's one of two things. It's either they saw some shit up there, some whack-ass, crazy-ass, undescribable shit, which I think the dude Armstrong, not Neil Young, Armstrong talks about before he died. He talked about seeing some crazy shit. The next thing is they didn't go, because they just look shocked. Like, maybe they did go and they saw some crazy ass shit. But we haven't been back there in how many years? 50 years? And they say, okay, it died with the people that wanted to go there. No, other people want to go to the moon. Other astronauts wanted to go to the moon. Why didn't we go back to the moon? Who knows anything anymore, really? I can get deep, I can get into many subjects, but I'm not going to on this episode. This is just a welcome back, Tragic. I want to give a shout out to Miss Teasin. She is amazing, and I go live with her all the time on Instagram, and I always will. Shout out to Sativa Scarlet. A shout out to all the other men and women that I got. Oh, Bugatti Farms, LLC, I already did that, but all the men and women I go live with are real, and that's all that matters. In the world full of fakes, I found. So I guess we should talk about, I talked about money. Banks, everybody's scared of banks. Which bank's gonna crash? Chase looks good, y'all. Get an account at Chase. My prediction, my opinion, once again. So again, election. Who would you vote for now? Joe Biden or Donald Trump? Think about it. Or Joe Biden and anyone else. What about? None of it matters. What about? What we need to do is get together. We need to see what's real. We need to know the real. Instagram is about 25% bots. Know the real. You notice how all of a sudden it unfollows your friends? Glitch, right? Keep the real together. I'm serious when I say this. Really do love all you guys. Where you at? Chicago 16? Because I know it's late. You don't have to hear me record, brother. But last subject. I know y'all want to hear AI because I am a motherfucking dork. My predictions on AI. As you guys know, the father of AI stepped down, about a week ago now, because he wanted to speak more truth without having Google on his back. He's very concerned. He's very concerned with it getting in the wrong hands, which it already is. He's very concerned with deep fakes. He's very concerned with election interference because of deep fakes. Because let me tell you all, I know how to make a deep fake, and it's not hard. I don't even have that shit. You will not be able to know it is real or fake, straight up. We're about to enter a weird time, but we can do it, just like every generation before us. I love y'all. Have a tragically peaced night or day. Say hey.